Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here, Pokemon Fire Red with only one shop. It was a pretty hard solo run by the end. Let's follow that up with a tag team run. Today's the day that we figure out, would I be able to beat Pokemon Red with a team of only Nidorans? So I did this in Fire Red like 3 or 4 years ago, but it's been a really long time, and things always go very differently in Gen 1. Different crit mechanics, different moves, no abilities, just a lot is different. So let's go give it a try. They're both first form poison-type Pokemon with stats that are quite a bit lower than first form starters. Male stats on the left, female stats on the right. Yes, I actually got it right this time. As you can see, the attack on the male is a little bit higher, but the female one has more defense. Really, the stats are pretty even. By level up, they mostly learn the same moves. Again, male on the left, female on the right. The male has some horn-based moves, and the female one learns bite, but the core stuff is mostly the same. Last, by TM, they're the exact same, other than the male also being able to learn Horn Drill, which I won't be learning. What stands out most to me is that we can learn weird stuff like Blizzard, Thunderbolt, and Thunder. Well, that's gonna help us a lot, so I'm not complaining. Like always, I'm writing this script as I go through the challenge, so this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I'm pretty confident that I can win, but also that is gonna take a while. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Nidoran. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any other Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So, right off the bat, I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Bulbasaur with a male Nidoran so that we can do the whole run with it. I name him Gargano, like last time. Naturally, the first thing I do is I go walk to the patch of grass on Route 22 to catch our female Nidoran, Lorray. I may as well get both early, right? In retrospect, I should have started with the female Nidoran. I forgot that in Red, the female ones are more rare. This took a little while to catch. Alright, so early game grinding in the forest. Obviously, we're gonna have to grind for a while. Now, if this was Pokemon Yellow, then this wouldn't be a problem. We'd learn Double Kick at level 12. Unfortunately, in Red and Blue, we don't learn it until level 43 instead, so that's not happening. I'll level up both Nidoran, but I think I should invest more in Gargano leading up to the Rock Gym, since he learns the 65 power Horn Attack at level 8, and Lorray doesn't learn anything that strong until level 29 with Bite. I figure we can win this gym with Gargano at about level 14, and Lorray maybe at level 10, just as something to finish it off. Who knows, I could be underestimating how much damage they do to us, though. Ouch, never mind. We did it at 13 and 11, but it was a disaster. The moment the Onix fight started, and it was faster than us, I knew that we really didn't stand a chance. We get lucky with their terrible move choice, but I'm gonna have to be stronger. Maybe more like 15 each? Okay, both at level 15, and this took forever, but it was a win. See, the nice thing about having two Pokemon in these super long chip fights is that I can switch between them when we get hit by Screech too much, but he can't switch to remove the 6 Leers and 6 Growls that I threw at him. His Geodude can use Defense Curl, so I don't bother leering it, but Onix doesn't, so it works great. I don't often say this, but this fight would have been a lot worse without Leer and a Growl. That means we're moving, and I'm still fighting most of the trainers. The upcoming rival fight is always kind of hard, although I think we stand a better chance than usual just because Sand Attack is less of a death sentence in this than it would be in a solo run. The Water Gym, though? I don't know. They spam X-Defend, and we only have physical moves for a while. That might have to wait until after Nugget Bridge. We don't get a special move until after the Electric Gym. On our way through, though, I took the Helix Fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone asks anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. So, Arrival was incredibly easy. Sand Attack ended up missing us twice in a row right at the start, so all we got hit with was a single gust. Gargano was able to take out the entire team, and I think we only got hit twice in the process. That went better than I thought. That's good, because I'm sure we'll need more experience before we can beat the Water Gym. Bubble Beam is a decent move this early in the game, and we don't really have any way to survive it if they spam it. Maybe their random move choice will let them pick weaker things like Tackle, but considering they're going to be using X-Defend, it's going to take too long to actually take them down. Even their weaker moves will take us out eventually. Ouch! Even after Nugget Bridge, we got destroyed at the Water Gym. We don't really hit hard, and they do with their Water Gun and Bubble Beam spam. I think I need slightly better moves to win this fight, and I know where to go for that. I go straight to the SSN. The Body Slam TM is here, and it's a huge upgrade for us. I decided to use it on the male Nidoran, partly because he has more attack, and partly because his best move by level up is Horn Attack, and the female one gets Bite. Horn Attack is very slightly stronger, but Bite causes flinches, so I'm going to say that Bite is a better move. That means the male one gets Body Slam to beef him up a bit here. I figure it'll be enough to beat the Water Gym, but let's take out our rival real quick while we're here. So the SSN rival fight was actually harder than the Cerulean one for once. It was still a first try, but Kadabra was faster than us and hit us really hard as you would expect, and Raticate hit really hard when it actually attacked. We won, but we're still kind of frail. Right after, I went to the Water Gym and pretty easily body slammed my way through. They didn't use Bubble Beam once, so we got through the whole fight with half of our health left with Gargano alone. So I was actually thinking we'd sweep the Electric Gym with Body Slam, but it wasn't quite that easy. Raichu took us down, but thanks to Body Slam paralyzing it, Luray was able to easily finish it off. That gets us the TM for Thunderbolt, and Luray is learning it right away. It's a great move, it gives us a lot of type coverage, and it's our first special move. Okay, we're on the move again. Now I wish I could get my hands on another good special TM so that Gargano could have some coverage too, but both the Thunder and Blizzard TMs are going to require that we use Surf outside of battle, so it's going to have to be after the Poison Gym. I doubt that the gym will be that hard, by the way. Honestly, the trainers might be harder than Koga, considering that they use Psychic types for some reason. There aren't really a lot of great TMs for us until then. I might pick up Substitute when we can afford it, but that might not be for a while, and I really doubt we're gonna need it. You think we can get away with going straight after the Grass Gym? We resist Grass, but stuff like Sleep and Wrap are still gonna be a problem. I'm gonna clear out all the trainers in the area, and then see what happens. So right away we crit a Body Slam for awesome damage, but Victory Bell catches us up in a Wrap for over half of our health and damage before we get released and slam him down for a knockout. I switched to Luray to take out Tangela, but we really weren't doing much damage. We lucked out and Tangela didn't use Bind too often, but on the second one, I just switched for Gargano and hit it with Body Slam to finish it. Yeah, in Gen 1 you can switch while you're in a Wrap or Bind, but you get hit while doing it. Anyway, the Vileplume puts us to sleep and started hitting Mega Drain, but we woke up and did great damage with a critical Body Slam that paralyzed her before we went down. Mega Drain was still annoying because it was healing her a little bit, but Luray was able to finish it off in a few hits with just 28 health left. Pretty good fight! The Giovanni fight was easy, but it took forever. Okay, well, it took 3 minutes, but 3 minutes feels like forever when you're in a chip damage fight with an Onix that's locked into Gen 1 Rage. It took his entire team to get Gargano to faint, and Luray was able to easily finish it off, but we weren't doing very good damage to them. I really can't wait to get Blizzard, just to help with all of these rock ground types. Last for this little boss rush is the Pokemon Tower rival fight, but it goes about as easily as it usually does. The scary parts of his team were one-shots, and the only thing that stalled us out for a little bit was Execute with Sleep and Barrage. Nothing to seriously worry about. That puts us on the road, but I think things are about to get a lot harder. We have the Poison Gym next, and although I do think we stand a chance, since we can't get poisoned and can switch Pokemon if our accuracy goes down, it doesn't mean that they can't be difficult to beat. I'm hoping I can get him to blow up his Weezing when we still have a second Pokemon left, but we'll see how it goes. If we win the fight though, then I'm going straight to Blaine, even if I'll probably lose. Okay, so this Poison Gym fight just blew my mind. The entire first 3 Pokemon were super easy because they were trying things like Poison Gas on a Poison type instead of fighting back. And then the moment Weezing came out, he outsped us and blew up when we had another Pokemon, so we won. It's like Koga was trying to lose as fast as possible. That was incredible. Maybe he's on his own challenge run to never ever win. Alright, well that means I can go surf right away to Cinnabar Island to get the Blizzard TM and the Power Plant for Thunder. Neither are super vital right away, but I figure that Gen 1 Blizzard is really going to save us later in the run. For whatever reason, Blizzard has 90 accuracy in Gen 1, so it's a really incredible move. Now it's tradition that we go do the Fire Gym early, but we are a way lower level than them. Any predictions? Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna lose. No win at the Fire Gym yet, but we got really far. I mean, the Growlithe just spams agility, so it doesn't even fight back, but I'm impressed we got past Ponyta and Rapidash. Both hit pretty hard, and Fire Spin is always a nightmare, but with enough Thunderbolts and Body Slams, we paralyze them eventually. We really aren't hitting that hard, though. When Arcanine came out, it started fine with pointless super potions and stuff, but Fire Blast obviously just took us out. That means I'm doing Silphco next. We really need extra levels right now, so I'm literally just gonna clear out the entire building. I may as well try the rival fight after while I'm here, although it's generally harder than the fire gym, so I might not win. Hey, at least Giovanni after will be pretty easy. Now that we have Blizzard, we shouldn't have a big issue with all these rock and ground types. Okay, so the way this fight goes is not at all surprising. Most of the fight is actually really easy since they either have terrible moves or we have a big type advantage, but as soon as it gets to Alakazam, it's lucky if we do any damage. Even his weakest move, Confusion, is nearly a one-shot. He's also faster than our team, and probably will be for a long while. I should get a few levels. I think I could win this soon. Okay, so just a few levels in both Nidorans, but this really came down to making many attempts and hoping for the best. Alakazam can take us out regardless of if he uses Confusion or Psybeam, so long as it crits, and he crits a lot. It took quite a few tries, but we managed to paralyze him off a Body Slam this time, giving us the speed advantage so we could finally take him out. The Charizard right after was a pretty hard fight, even with stuff like Thunderbolt. He probably could have taken us out if he didn't throw the fight by using Rage near the end. Of course, Giovanni right after was super easy. We hardly took any damage. The funny thing is, the next Giovanni fight might end up being even easier just because his entire team is weak to Blizzard. Maybe I should put some PowerPoint ups on that first, though, just in case we miss. Okay, I was worried this might happen. I didn't just lose at the Psychic Gym. We didn't even beat the first Kadabra. He's faster than us despite a 10-level difference, and his Psychic is a one-shot on us. I guess I'll clear out the Fighting Dojo and maybe some routes for some levels, then I'll go try the Fire Gym instead. Okay, this one took tons of tries for many reasons. One is that Ponyta and Rapidash spam Fire Spin, and we can't fight back during that in Gen 1. But another is that Arcanine picks random moves, and there's a huge difference between him using Fire Blast and him using stuff like Ember and Roar. It took tons of tries where I got super close through Paralysis, but on this one, we won just because he kept using stuff like Roar and Ember. I still don't think we're ready for the Psychic Gem, but I can try. So right away, Kadabra hits a Psybeam that takes out most of our health and confuses us, but we one-shot him with Body Slam, so I switched to Luray to bite down Mr. Mime. We got hit by Confusion once for almost half of our health and damage, though. Venomoth got crit by Blizzard, hit a Leech Life, and then went down. That Leech Life was super effective and still didn't do much, though. It's just kind of a weak move in this game. Last was Alakazam, who hits us with a weak Psywave, then misses the second one as we bite him down into red health. Last he uses Reflect, and it does not save him from being knocked out. Once again, Sabrina has one of the most dangerous Pokemon in the game, and has no idea how to use it. And of course, the Ground Gym was easy since we have Blizzard. Yeah, we're weak to Ground type, but Dugtrio with Dig is the only one to land a big hit on us. Other than that, they just did a bit of damage here and there, nothing on our team actually fainted. Last before the Elite Four is the final rival fight. The entire first half of this fight is crazy easy, basically just sweeping, only taking a small hit from Water Onix. Then there's Alakazam. Now this fight took 6 tries and easily could have taken more, if not for how on this try we paralyzed him with a Body Slam. Yeah, we still lost Gargano, but this gave the speed advantage to Luray so she could hit some bites and finish it off. Last was Charizard, but it's weak to Thunderbolt, and it used Rage on the first turn, so we really easily just two-shot it. Literally, the only difficult Pokemon on his team right now is Alakazam, but it's total luck if we ever survive fighting it. Alright, last bit of travel before the Elite Four. I'll be honest, I think we need some serious levels before we can win, but I'm confident that we can win. I mean, we beat his Alakazam at level 55-ish, so there's no way that we couldn't beat it by level 100. I bet we could beat it below level 70, unless there's something I haven't taken into account. As far as I can tell, that Alakazam is the only part of our rival's team that could really seriously stop us. Maybe Executor, just because it's a pain to fight in general. Now that we're at the Elite Four, let's take a look at our team. I mean, our stats are straight up awful, but at least we have a bit of type coverage. I really can't see us possibly winning this run below level 65, 70, but maybe if we're really lucky we can get past Lorelei. There's no way I get past Agatha below mid-60s though. Make your final guesses on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. First is Ice Trainer Lorelei. First is Dugong, who decides to take a nap, so I spammed double kicks to slowly take it out. It kept delaying waking up by using super potions instead, but it never landed a hit. Cloyster was next, and Thunderbolt did great damage. We did get hurt a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. Third is Slowbro, and he's got amnesia, so he thinks it's super effective, meaning it's all he uses. It took forever, but we whittled him down. I'm kinda surprised we got this far, but Jinx shut it down fast. A critical Ice Punch one-shot Gargano, and Luray went shot for shot with it for ages before going down to Thrash. I was way too low level for this fight anyway. Let's just come back after leveling up. Okay, so this still took tons of tries at level 58, but the first 3 Pokemon always go the same. Jinx is pretty random. I had some near wins when it would use Thrash, but this time we just paralyzed it with a Body Slam after Ice Punch, so we got the speed advantage and finished it off. Lapras would always end up taking us out with Hydro Pump eventually, but this time she only went for it once and missed, so we finally got our chance and took it out. Second is Fighting Trainer Bruno. I kinda thought that this one would be hard, but once again, I think I have to blame it on their bad move choice. The real threats of this fight were Hitmonlee and Hitmonchamp. Hitmonlee actually did some decent damage, but Hitmonchamp just failed Fissure, then used Focus Energy, a move that's worse than doing nothing at all in Gen 1. Easy first try. Third is Ghost Trainer Agatha. I tried this fight a bunch of times and it goes completely different every single time due to Agatha seemingly using completely random moves every turn and often switching Pokemon randomly. And yet despite that, we do awful every time. This was my best attempt and it still wasn't great. The biggest problem is that we don't have much special and they have a ton. I mean, that and Hypnosis and Dream Eater is a scary combo, but more than anything, it's that we need to land tons of hits to make the ghosts faint. I really just have to be a much higher level to stand a chance here. So I got the team to level 65 and tried a bunch. You need to see this attempt. The first Gengar goes well with us hitting Blizzard after Blizzard as she missed Hypnosis and Dream Eater. She confused us all the way at the end, but we switched to Gargano as Golbat came out so we could shake it off. Thunder made really short work of it before it could do much damage, then it was back to Luray for Haunter. Right away, we got confused, hit ourselves, then lose tons of health to Nightshade, but then Haunter tried to use Dream Eater while we were awake, twice, so we did well. We got confused and hit ourselves again late in the fight, and nearly got taken out by Nightshade before Haunter went down. Arbok went down easily to a couple of Body Slams with one critting, and last was the final Gengar. I started by using Thunder as it was wasting time with stuff like Toxic. We ended up hitting a bunch of Thunders to bring it to a sliver and paralyze it, but then we just kept missing. It used a Super Potion, and I actually had to switch Pokemon because I missed 3 Thunders in a row and ran out. Once I sent in Luray, we missed a Blizzard, got confused, then had to hit another 2 Blizzards to win. I am so happy she was paralyzed, you have no idea. What a nightmare fight. Fourth is Dragon Trainer Lance. Right away is Water Onyx, who had a Hyper Potion, but it was only a 2-shot and got paralyzed after the potion, so it was no issue. Now each Dragon type on his team is a free fight, because of us being Poison and him spamming Agility. So the Dragonairs and Dragonite can't fight back. So eventually we get to Aerodactyl and right away it crits us for half of our health and damage before we Thunder to try and take it out, but it healed and our second Thunder missed, so we got knocked out by Hyper Beam. That move has no recharge time in Gen 1 if it gets the knockout, so we actually got hit by Takedown on Luray right after. Thankfully we have Thunderbolt, so we took it out pretty fast. Last was Dragonite, but is double weak to Ice and was spamming Psychic buffs, so we won fast. Finally, the Pokemon Champion. First is Pidgeot, who used Whirlwind, then charged a Sky Attack, but he was a 2-shot, so he ended up doing nothing before going down. The champion, ladies and gentlemen. Second is Alakazam though, so right away this could have gone horribly, but he used Reflect and we paralyzed him on the first Body Slam. The second one got him to below half health as he used Reflect again, then the third one crit to bypass it and knock him out. Awesome start! Rhydon was nearly a one-shot with Blizzard, but all it did was fail Horn Drill before going down to Double Kick. Executor was much tankier and ended up putting us to sleep for ages and hitting Barrage and Stomp to weaken us. We got to yellow health, but eventually we froze him with Blizzard and took him out. Back out to Gargano for Water Onyx, and we nearly one-shot it with Thunder as he hits Leer, then finished it with Body Slam. Last is Charizard. Right away he uses Rage, basically throwing the fight and letting me just go for Thunder and Body Slam to take him out fast. He did do a lot more damage with Gen 1 Rage than normal, but it's still Gen 1 Rage. It's pretty much a dud move. I really like these tag team runs. It's like a happy medium between a team run and a solo run. It's less grinding than a full team run, but we still get some of the move variety that we have in the larger teams. Personally, I think that a 3 to 4 Pokemon team is perfect for a lot of these team runs, so having one less than that is a little bit of a fun challenge. I really hope you guys like that run. The next Pokemon challenge should be up next week on Saturday like usual, with Pokemon Diamond, with only HM moves in combat. I think it's my first time doing Diamond or Pearl on the show, not counting when I did the remake of Diamond. That's its own kind of kettle of worms. Oh my god, that was brutal. That was one of the hardest challenges I ever did. The no new moves run on that? Oh, that was brutal. As always, I'm looking at your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge request section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. So you know how last intro you heard that I had like guests over and stuff and I wanted to clean up the place while they were out? Well, they have just left to go, like, you know, fly home. And now I gotta clean the place again, because of course there wasn't really any time to vacuum or anything while they were there. I was able to clean up quite a bit, but now I want to, like, deep clean. So, I'm gonna go deep clean. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.